Life can be unpredictable, and other people sometimes take pleasure in seeing you hurt or struggle. Unfortunately, sadism and envy exist more than we'd like to admit. When others spot an emotional wound or weakness, some may strike against you, worsening your pain. Therefore, resilience often requires a level of secrecy around your vulnerabilities. Picture yourself as a solid tree weathering a raging storm. While the leaves and branches sway violently, the trunk remains firmly anchored, unshaken. This stoic strength is what we will cultivate here, acting unaffected even when battered internally. By not advertising your wounds, struggles go undefended. Challenges then become teachers rather than tormentors. You deny nothing but simply choose not to be soaked by the rains or blown over by the winds, becoming master of your fate, strong, steady, and calm, despite surrounding chaos. In the next few minutes, ancient philosopher Epictetus provides us with a guide to counter these problems. Therefore, I challenge you to stay till the end of the video if you want to make your life better. Without further ado, let's begin. Principle 1. Listen more than you speak. Nature has given humans 2 ears and only 1 mouth for good reason, according to the wisdom of Epictetus. This is not merely a physical coincidence but serves a deeper purpose. We are called to listen to others twice as much as we vocalize ourselves. There is danger in becoming enamored by the sound of our own voices and beliefs. Growth arises more from learning the perspectives of those around us rather than simply rehashing the same internal monologue. The path of progress requires embracing humility, recognizing our knowledge is limited. Our duty is to fall in love with the voices of others first, before worshiping our own opinions. We must elevate the words coming toward us over those originating internally. Pay greater attention daily to what people in your life say rather than reflexively advocating your established positions or waiting to respond. Open your ears more than your mouth. Only once you have deeply understood another's viewpoint can your own words add value rather than merely contribute noise. The goal is dialogue, an exchange of ideas where each party feels respected enough to share vulnerably. Yet our default is often debate, a combative back and forth filled with reactionary defensiveness. We must first listen, process, and connect the dots of understanding before thoughtfully adding to the conversation. Progress depends on this cycle of curious listening, insightful learning, respectful challenging, and collaborative growth. Therefore, speak half as frequently as you currently do, ceding the conversational floor to others. And when you do vocalize, first acknowledge the valid viewpoints you've heard. Our words gain power when rooted in empathy rather than ego. Prioritizing listening over speaking is the wise advice of Epictetus for good reason. Principle 2. Master your responses. Epictetus teaches that our reactions and responses are precisely what determine the trajectory of our lives. External events happen, but our direction emerges from how we choose to process and integrate those circumstances. Destiny follows from our interpretations. 2 people can experience the same catastrophe, yet have completely different outcomes based on their mental frameworks adopted in the aftermath. One channels the energy into resentment and victimhood, while the other alchemizes it into resolve and initiative. A job loss or illness appears as a personal failing to some, but an opportunity for reflection and fresh direction for others. A divorce represents the end of love's possibilities to some while freeing others to discover a deeper connection they yearn for. The death of dreams and descent into depression or the dawn of new visions and purpose, 2 sides of the same coin. Reality delivers raw materials, but we sculpt the meanings derived. A hammer smashing a lump of clay and a chisel carving marble. The tools and medium do not define the end result. The artist does. The most dazzling diamonds originate from extreme heat and pressure transforming ordinary carbon. Beautiful wine flows freely, once grapes encounter crushing hardship. Destinies are not pre-written but rather unfold moment by moment based on our frameworks adopted. Do we view catastrophes through a lens of pointless suffering or challenging growth? The answer shapes whether we spiral downward or ascend to new heights. While we cannot control external events, we can control our interpretations of them. Will this transition break you or forge you anew? That fork in the road pivots upon your chosen perspective. Destiny follows from your reactions. Master your responses and you master fate itself. The power resides within. Principle 3. Surround yourself with positive people. Epictetus provides wise counsel regarding those we allow into our inner circles. We must be selective regarding who influences our mental environment. When someone near us coughs or sneezes, we instinctively shy away, fearing contagion. Yet we fail to exercise the same caution, protecting ourselves from toxic attitudes and limiting beliefs that infect us daily. There are two types of people: those who energize and inspire us, versus those who drain momentum and diminish dreams. We must ally ourselves with the dream amplifiers, while distancing from the dream diminishers. Passion is fragile, requiring nurturing environments to persevere through hardship. Associate with those who bring out your best self, where jokes flow freely, ideas bounce around animatedly, and encouragement is always ready when spirits lag. Their very presence makes you feel more creative, confident, and resilient. They see opportunities everywhere while judiciously discerning real risks worth retreating from. In contrast, pessimists critique more than create, shoot down suggestions rather than improve them, and infect others with chronic skepticism. Around them, your shoulders hunch, your mind clouds with doubt, and forward progress seems impossible. They have a knack for overlooking possibilities while magnifying pitfalls. Very little can withstand chronic negativity. Passion slowly suffocates, creativity meets concrete, hope hangs itself. We must shelter our sparks of initiative from these idea assassins. They may not intend malice but function as motivation morticians. When choosing who to confer influence in your life, consider carefully whose ideals and attitudes amplify rather than imprison the highest version of yourself. Who awakens your excellence rather than lulls you into passivity. These dream amplifiers deserve VIP status in your inner circle. Principle 4. Embracing humility. True learning requires first acknowledging the extent of our ignorance. We must adopt a beginner's mindset rather than arrogantly assuming we already grasp a topic. Our cups must empty before being refilled. Epictetus encourages actively incorporating humility into our lives, particularly around learning. Intellectual pride and stubborn certainty form barriers preventing paradigm shifts. We struggle to see different perspectives when enamored by the sound of our own established beliefs. Yet the wise remain ever awestruck students of the universe, humbled by its complexity. They debate opinions while doubting even their most confident conclusions could encompass complete truth. Progress requires a state of wonder, being comfortable existing in uncertainty's tension rather than reflexively reaching for simplistic explanations. Intellectual humility enables evolving understanding as we uncover nuances, contradicting old models. The smallest child overflowing with questions often understands a topic better than academics who believe they have mastered the narrow sliver containing their life's focus. The child sees the entire horizon and thus recognizes the infinitesimal nature of anyone's knowledge. By embracing humility and doubt, we open ourselves to understanding truths currently outside our purview. But knee-jerk defending entrenched beliefs only seals us off from growth. What do you believe that you shouldn't? Where has your pride closed your mind? What if an entirely different framework explained things even better? We must live within the question rather than assume we have already discovered all answers. Awe at the unlimited unknown is the seedbed for blooming wisdom. Principle 5. True wealth being inner contentment. Epictetus had a unique conception of happiness and fulfillment beyond material possessions or status. In his words, a wise man is one who does not fret over the things he does not have, but rejoices in those he does have. This seminal insight transcends fortune or achievements. Comparing ourselves to those of greater wealth or talent is a recipe for perpetual discontent. There will always be dimensions where someone else outflanks us. Basing happiness on exterior metrics like money or plaudits keeps it fleeting and fragile. At any moment, we could lose what we cling to for self-worth when stock markets crash, jobs disappear, or admirers move on. Constructing our life's meaning on a foundation of sand ensures eventual collapse. True wealth and meaning must originate from within rather than rely on the fickle whims of externals. An inner compass directed by virtues we shape through chosen beliefs and disciplines. Contentment blooms by stopping the noxious habit of fixating on what's missing and instead cultivating gratitude for current gifts already present. The practice of appreciating blessings rewires our minds to abundance rather than scarcity. Happiness is available right now regardless of seeming deficiencies. Construct your framework of identity and values independently of what you own or have achieved thus far. Anarchy of externals. Fame and riches may arrive, but inner contentment must not be contingent on them. The day your circumstances match your standards for joy is the day you forever forfeit happiness, because when those fleeting things depart, so will your peace of mind. True wealth is intrinsic and unshakable. Stoic principles help navigate adversity with resilience, focusing not on lamenting external events, but on controlling our responses in order to move forward. What happens is often out of our hands, but our reactions define our destinies. By following the Stoic wisdom, we can weather any storm. Trees stand tall, not by might, but flexibility, firm roots yet bending safely in the wind. A peaceful mindset alongside dutiful perseverance leads to lasting strength and true contentment. Now that you have watched until the end, please hit on the subscribe and like button if you think this video is helpful. Also share this with your friends and family to help them grow together. Until next time.